Going on now to another topic in Chapter 3. Here we're dealing with lines. And remember, a line is a graph. And a graph is an expression of an equation. And when we plot that equation on a graph, it looks like so, which I have here. Now, I plotted these two equations, and as we look at them, we see the lines are parallel. That is, they're never going to intersect. So what might we conclude about this? Well, one of the things we might say is the slopes of both of these lines are the same. So if we have the slope of one graph is equal to the slope of another graph, but what is different here? Well, this y-intercept and this y-intercept are different, so that if the y-intercept of one does not equal the y-intercept of the other, then these lines, we say, are parallel. So once again, if the slopes are the same, but the y-intercepts are different, looking at the graph, we can determine that these lines will be parallel. Now over here we see one graph and the other. And there's a little formula to determine if these are in fact perpendicular. We say if we have the slope of one line, let's say the red one, and we multiply it by the slope of the black line, which is our second slope, and multiplying these slopes together, and our product is a -1, when we multiply the slopes of each of these lines together, and an example would be this line, the slope of this line is actually 2, the red one, and the black one happens to be a -1/2. If we multiply 2, and remember that's sort of 2 over 1, and then what is the relationship of 1/2 to 2 over 1? We say it's the reciprocal, and in this case the negative or opposite sign reciprocal. It gives us a -1. Then these lines are perpendicular, and that is an upside down capital T is the symbol for that. So using this information, let's go on and say we have this equation, y equals 2x plus 3, and we want to make a line that is parallel to this line but goes through a point, let's say -1, 2. How would we find the new equation? Well, we would look at what our slope is. Our slope is a 2, and we have this new point. So we would use the point slope formula that we talked about in other films to review. Now, how about if we wanted to find an equation that was perpendicular now to this slope? Well, our new slope, in order for it to be perpendicular, would have to be the negative reciprocal of that. So our new slope would be a -1/2. And then whatever point we had to have the line go through. So again, with our new slope now that we know is perpendicular to this one, and then using this point, again, in the point slope form, we would get our equation for this line. All right, a little review.